What's up, guys? This is Boondocks, and I've been playing Heroes of the Storm. This is another game that's getting put out by Blizzard. It's their entrance to the MOBA scene, which is pretty appropriate considering that Aeon of Storms was based off of the StarCraft engine back in the day, and then the original Dota was based off of Warcraft 3. It seems only appropriate that Blizzard would throw their hats into the ring. So, right now, there's a lot of things that are different about this particular game than your average MOBA. And while I'm not really going to show gameplay per se, I'll talk about it really briefly. As far as characters go, they don't have a huge selection yet, but that's typical of most MOBAs when they first come out. And they're all based off of the different Blizzard Entertainment games, such as Diablo, StarCraft, that's Nova in a weird skin. More StarCraft, I guess. And then, of course, you also have your Warcraft characters like Thrall. So, how do you get these characters? Several different ways. One, since it is a MOBA, you can, of course, go to the shop and buy it. So, as per usual, if you click on them, you can then purchase with real-life money. Now, one of the different things in this game than a lot of other MOBAs is it tells you the price flat out. There's no buying points with real money and then spending said points to unlock characters. No, it just tells you flat out this costs $10. Some of the less expensive characters are, well, less expensive as well. So, for instance, right here, he's only $6.49. You can also buy it with in-game currency or just straight gold, is what they call it. And you get gold a multitude of different ways. For one, as you level up, or as you play, you actually gain experience. Gaining experience goes to both your character, like your account, as well as the characters you play. Now, as you level up, you unlock different rewards. So, your first level you get 1,000 gold, level 4 you get another 1,000, level 8, 2,000, and 10, another 2,000. After that, it stops giving you the bonus gold, but you unlock your free hero rotation slots for each week. Additionally, once you get to level 6, you unlock daily quests. Now, the way daily quests work is similar to in Hearthstone, where you gain bonus points, or in this case, gold, if you complete certain objectives each day. You get a new one each day, so right here I haven't completed these for 2 days. So the one, Nexus Brawler, you just do what it says. Play 8 games to gain 800 gold, so that's an extra 100 gold per game in reality. And then Special Snowflake is to play a specialist class. There's 4 different classes in the game, then subdivided into ranged and melee. On top of that, there's Specialist, there's Warrior, Support, and Carry. I'll show those in a moment, but this is just another way of getting gold. Additionally, each hero you have has their own experience bars. Initially, it takes very little experience, about 100,000, which you can get in a single game, but later on, as you can see, I haven't even reached past level 6 on any character because it starts taking 700,000 more, so this is probably 900,000 possibly. It doesn't really show how much I've gotten. But when you get to level 5, which is why a lot of my characters are at level 5, is because you get an additional 500 gold, as you can see right here. Gold reward at level 5. Before that, you actually need to play the characters in order to unlock the abilities. And that's one of the interesting positives and negatives to the game. After that, you start unlocking hero portraits for your account, as well as skin variations, colors, and mount variations, because you can ride mounts in this game depending on what character you choose. So, one of the main things about this game is there's no items. You just don't buy items during the game. There's global experience, so as your team levels up, you level up. And there's no gold that you get in-game from kills or killing minions. It's all about being close enough to absorb experience to get a level lead above your enemies, because as you level up, you unlock different talents for your abilities. All characters start off with their 3 primary abilities, And their passive, which sometimes also has an active, such as the case with Tassadar here. He has Oracle, which is just you press D to expand your field of view. And as you level up through the game, you get different talents to put in at different levels. And then at level 10, you unlock your ultimate, which is one of two things. They call them heroic abilities in this game. So this is where the real choice of diversity comes. Do you want your character to do more AoE damage or single target damage? Do you want them to be more tanky or be more of a global presence? Additionally, you have to choose between one of two heroic abilities. So depending on what position you need to play or cover for that given game, you can choose a different ability. And this is both very interesting and kind of detrimental. The reason it's interesting is it gives you something to strive for, to work for, to unlock different talents for your characters by leveling them up. But you need to hit level 4 before unlocking all of them. Now the reason this can be an issue is if we look at, say, Raynor, he has this kill enemies to gain basic attack damage. You'll have that immediately. But if you want the kill minions to bribe a mercenary, which are like the jungle camps in this game, then you need to be level 4 before this unlocks. So you can sometimes fall in a trap where, for instance, if you want Vampiric Assault, you can't have that the first time you play the character until you level him up. So your character might not be as strong as another player's character just because you haven't played it as much as he has. And while you could still do pretty much all the same things, depending on what build order your opponent goes versus you, assuming it's a mirror match, they could actually be more powerful. And to me, that's kind of an issue. So, as far as pricing goes, ranging between $6.49 to $9.99 for characters, that seems relatively reasonable. That's on average what most MOBAs have, with the exception of Smite, where you could buy the Ultimate God package and just unlock everything forever, and that's pretty badass. I don't see them implementing that here anytime soon, but it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, the way I've been playing it, with the daily quests and leveling up characters, I can unlock a 10,000 gold character pretty much once every week. That's not too bad. I'm in no real rush to get everything, and because of the experience bars coupled with the gold gain, I feel like I'm actually advancing as I'm playing, like working towards an end game type idea from an MMO, for instance. And that's kind of interesting to me. As far as skins go, these you can't buy with gold. These you have to buy with real money. And once again, they are relatively expensive at about $7.49, sorry. Let's see if I can find one of the cooler ones that sometimes go for a higher price. I think this might be one of them. Yes, $9.99 for the Anub'arak robot. It's Cyberrock Anub'arak. And, I mean, it looks really badass, but it's $10. It's about on par with other MOBAs like League of Legends as far as cost goes. It's actually a little bit more expensive here, in my opinion, but that's not always true. But in League of Legends, for instance, for $20, I think you can get about 3 or 4 skins as opposed to 2. So, depending on what level skin you have. And the same holds true here. If you buy a more simplistic one, then it's just going to be cheaper. I've already unlocked that one. $14.99 for this Tassadar mech skin. And they don't really have all that many extra effects to them like in League of Legends. So I actually hold off on it. The reason I have some skins is because it came with the bundles. Now, here's the thing with the bundles. Right now, they have a ridiculous price drop. So I was able to unlock all these characters, get 4 skins and 2 extra mounts. I think I paid $35 or $40 for this. It's normally like over $100 though, and that's a little much. Hopefully they just keep that bundle price, quote-unquote bundle price, around even after the beta's over, because otherwise it's a little iffy. They also have the starter bundle. This was on sale for like $5, and it came with 3 characters and another mount. Oh, this was a different mount before. That's odd. You have Battle Bundle. This is what a lot of people are currently purchasing. As you can see, it's $40. This particular bundle actually comes with beta access. So if you didn't get into the beta and you want in, because it is currently in closed beta, you'd have to pay Blizzard $40 in order to get the ability to play a free game. I think that's slightly underhanded, and it's kind of bullshit because it's not worth it in the grand scheme of things, I guess. Like, how much is Diablo normally? Probably $10. So you can make the argument that you get 3 characters and 3 skins totaling quote-unquote $60, but really you're paying to gain access to the game. You also get this cool little wolf creature. They do have the holiday skins, of course, and that type of thing. Additionally, there are mounts you can unlock through either paying with in-game gold or purchasing. So 50% off. And like League of Legends and so forth, they do have weekly sales where mounts, characters, and skins, usually it's 1 character, 1 or 2 skins, and 0 or 1 mount. So if there's no mount on sale, it's usually because there's an additional skin on sale for that week. The final thing that you can purchase are stim packs. So for 30 days, it costs you $10. You gain an increase of 100% experience, so that way it's just doubling the experience you gain. Or you also gain a 150 increase to gold. Now, if you play against, like in cooperative, playing against bots, you gain 10 gold per game. Not very much. This would bump it up to 30, obviously. That's 150%, right? Or no, that would be 25, because 200% increase. Yeah, so there should be 25 gold. Now, if you play Quick Match or Hero League, I'm not totally sure in Hero League, because I haven't gotten the chance to play it. You need to be level 30. I'm at 28. But in Quick Match, you gain 20 to 30 gold, depending on whether or not you win. So that's where this bonus would come in a little bit more handy. 30 days for $10. For me, it's not really worth it, and it's obviously, that's just mathematically a much better deal than $4 for 7 days. You're getting 4 times as much for pretty much $6 less. So it's definitely a better deal to do the 30 days if that's the type of thing you're interested in. So the last interesting thing, and while I'm not going to show any gameplay of this video, there are 6 different maps in this game. So the first one, Dragonshire, as you can see here with this little symbol. This one, you fight to gain control of 2 zones to then spawn a giant Dragon Knight to go and attack your enemy's base, and then Dragon Knight does a lot of damage, has a lot of health, and when you kill the Dragon Knight, whatever character was in it just pops out and is usually at full health because they heal up inside and so forth most of the time. Cursed Hollow, you have to control different points that spawn relatively randomly around the map, and as you control them, once you control 3 total by picking them up, and they're on a delay in between each one, all your enemy minions have only 1 health and their towers stop shooting you, so that way you can push them down. The Haunted Mines is one of my favorite ones. It actually has a separate map from the main map, which kind of sounds weird at first, but it's kind of simplistic. On a timer, the mines will open, and you can go down, kill a bunch of skeletons, collect their skulls, and then you spawn this giant golem that marches towards your enemy. The golem's stronger from the more skulls you have, so you and the opposing team compete to try to get the most skulls. There's 100 total, so a 50-50 split. Both golems will be equal strength, but if it's 70-30, your golem's going to be hitting a lot harder than your enemies. Garden Terror, it's got a day-night cycle. During the night, a bunch of little seedlings grow, you kill them, collect their seeds, and then if you get 100 of them, you can spawn this Garden Terror. And the Garden Terror has a lot of cool abilities, can destroy the crap out of towers and bases in general, and can turn enemies from being able to attack you into little like Venus flytraps that do nothing except scurry away because you're so weak. Blackheart's Bay, treasure chest spawn and killing mercenary camps. And both those situations, destroying the treasure chest or killing the mercenary camps, will give you gold. You collect gold and turn it into the captain, and they'll destroy your enemy's stronghold for you. The last one, I'm not sure if I have a picture of it. Try me mode. You can also test all the characters before you buy them, which is kind of interesting. It might not have recorded because it is a new map, but the newest map is pretty interesting. There's, Sky Temple right here. So at the Sky Temple, on a timer, shrines will become active, and if your team can control the shrine, they'll constantly shoot lasers at your enemies. But the shrines also spawn NPCs that try to attack you and kill you, knock you off the shrine, that type of thing. So you have to deal with both them and your opponents coming in to try to fight. It's kind of interesting, and the idea is that it's not going to be the same routine each time. And objective control is a lot more important in this, since objectives give you more experience to out-level your opposing team, and therefore be able to win. It's kind of a weird snowball-y type thing, but if you lose control of objectives, your enemies can also come back and catch up really easily. So it's kind of a nice little back and forth tug of war. So, in conclusion, I definitely like Heroes of the Storm. I really enjoy the leveling up premise, even if at the first few levels you feel weaker. The fact that you have a progression for each individual character as well as your account makes it feel a lot more engaging to me, and I'm sure that once it's maxed out, it'll be less engaging. One of the main issues with the order is, or with the game types, you kind of fall into a trap. For instance, in most MOBAs, when you buy items, you can sell them and make room for new ones, as the old ones no longer work for what your enemies are doing or what your team needs. In this, once you choose talents, you're stuck with them. So, did you want to do more ability to escape easier? Or be able to have better health regen? Or do more long-range damage? At the start of the game, you don't know what you're going to need exactly. So you have to kind of pick and hope that you were right. You can't go back and change it. And that's a slight issue I have with the talent system. Not to mention, a lot of them just kind of fall into the same. So, like, for instance, if you want to use Sergeant Hammer here as a tower pusher, you would take something like Advanced Artillery, then at level 4, increase basic attack range, so that way you can stay way out of tower range and just destroy them. Then you would take pretty much anything here. I would honestly take First Aid, just so that way if the enemies get on you, it'll be easier to heal up. Then Napalm Strikes, so that way you can constantly keep doing AoE damage as opposed to a giant burst of single target damage. Well, it's not really single target, but anyway. Basic attacks do extra damage if not attacked. And because of that, there's very little diversity unless something really comes up. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. But overall, I definitely enjoy the game. It's pretty interesting, and I hope more people start playing it. So, until next time, guys, good luck. Have fun. Peace.